Gemini, welcome back. Welcome if this is your first visit. This is Crow Indigo Intuitive Tarot, and this is your weekly read. We're reading intuitively this week again. Just what I'm feeling called to do lately. So you might hear some of the standard Rider-Waite interpretations, or you might just hear what I'm sensing, what I'm feeling based on the imagery that I'm looking at. There is, I think, a couple more cards here for you. That one. And this one. All right, so what do we have here? What are we looking at this week? Progress, progression. You have a lot on your shoulders, right? I mean, that's pretty on the nose kind of interpretation here, but there's a lot weighing on you. Not that you are uncomfortable necessarily, not that you're unhappy about it, but you do have a lot of things you're responsible for. A lot of roles that you play, a lot of tasks that need doing, a lot of emails that need attention, or bills that need to be paid, or meetings you need to attend. There's just a lot on your calendar right now. And it's got you in a pretty analytic space, you know, that energy of just very cold, cutting truth. Not a lot of room for emotion in your present space. You just have to get things done. You got to make some decisions. You're going to go a little stoic about it. You're going to make your choices without too much deliberation. And that's not negative in any way. It's just a very straightforward, matter-of-fact energy. You have a lot of things to tackle, and you're just going to get them done. And unfortunately, that puts you in a sense that that there's not a lot of room to just sit around and feel, right? I say unfortunately because it feels like there are things you need to address. There are a couple of cups cards here. There are some emotional matters that could use your attention, but right now there are many things that need doing, and you've got your analytic Queen of Swords cap on, and you're gonna slay that to-do list essentially, and you're not gonna make a lot of space in your week for sitting in contemplation of emotion. You're giving yourself a break, but not in a restorative way. Like when the Four of Cups is upright, it's a very strong energy for me of giving yourself the space to consider emotions that you're feeling, connections in your life, what you want to do going forward, what you have at the present moment, more importantly, just enjoying the feeling of the connections in your life, and giving yourself a timeout. And I still feel like you're giving yourself a timeout from that to some extent, but it's not in a way where you're just meditating on the enriching qualities of the connections in your life. You're just not, there's something there to think about, but you don't have time for it. So you're not going to think about it right now. You may have recently, or perhaps this week, made a choice, and there is a clear direction forward for you now, emotionally. You know where you want to go. Whether or not you get there, I don't know, but you know where you want to go. You're ready to begin a journey toward a place you want to be emotionally, and there's been a bit of fallout from that. There are some other possibilities that have been negated or done away with. They have expired because of choices that you've made, and so be it, essentially, right? You have a direction in mind. You have, who is this? Is this Aries? somebody else had this card as well. You have a goal. You have sort of a vision, your soul's vision of where you want to go, what you want to do. And you are now very much committed to gathering your resources, making your plan, staking out your route on the map, and moving forward toward your goal. You know what you want, and you're going to get it. And that might lead you into a space of a bit of isolation, where you're sort of retreating from a lot of your connections that are more surface. You're not really going out and about as much, not looking to bring in new people into your life so much right now, because you have your goal and you want to go after it. And the star is there lighting the way. You have this this guiding light in the storm, in the dark, that is your goal, your soul's desire that you're about to go after, taking this journey forward. So this energy here could be, Gemini, that you're kind of wrapping up a bunch of things that need to, some noise that needs to be out of the way before you can really begin this journey. That's kind of what I see there. What else do I want to say about this? I don't know. I think that might be it. I'm a bit drawn to the 8, 9, 10, or 8, 9, 10, kind of a triangle thing with the numbers. I don't know what I see in that, though, because I don't think it's a cyclical thing. Sometimes we have cycles, right? We go from, doing a lot of work, and then we set a goal for ourselves. We go and we focus on it exclusively. It leads to a lot of work, which leads to a new goal, which leads to, right? Sort of, are you stuck in a cycle of setting a goal, working slavishly toward it, taking on a lot of burdens because of it, only to set another goal? Obviously there could be in here somewhere some successes. There could be some failures. There could be just this endless cycle of set a goal, work on it, get a lot of responsibilities, do a lot of things, do the things, set a new goal, right? Over and over again. That's kind of jumping out at me, which isn't really what I was seeing in the initial read. There is it's there. There is, if that maybe resonates with you, there is a tendency, this energy I'm picking up, to never be done. To never be done, to never actually give yourself the space you need to feel. I don't know. I think this week is about sensing your patterns to some extent. I think that's coming through because of that, because I meant to tell you, you need to sense your patterns. And if you like your pattern, there's nothing wrong with that. But if your pattern is to set out on your own, all alone, to isolate yourself in your mission, to carry all the burden all alone, only to set off on a new path all alone, while you don't deal with the other parts of your life where your intellect rules and your heart is always left on the back burner, that won't be good. That won't be fulfilling, I don't think, in the long run. There's a lot of alone in this reading. There's a lot of solitary. All of these cards are individuals sitting alone. And that's not the case for all of the tarot. And there certainly is a need to go it alone. When you have a big major project in mind, sometimes that can be isolating. But it doesn't have to be. There are other cards within the deck where you're working with others, you're collaborating. That's not where you're at this week. This week it's about you. You as a solitary person, noticing your patterns and trying to decide whether they work for you now. Because what has worked in the past may not be what works in the future. I think that's what I'm seeing. I don't think I have more to add there. Thank you for the likes, shares, and subscribes on the channel. This is a project that I enjoy doing, and I really appreciate you supporting it. It's nice to know that these messages are helpful for some folks. And I'm going to sit here and straighten out these cards before they drive me crazy. And I think that's it. I hope you have a good week, Gemini. We'll talk to you again soon. Blessings.